So good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the PPS theory sessions. We've started our unit number 4, which is array and strings, and we started looking at what is array, what is 1D array, 2D array, multi-dimensional array. So the introduction part, right? If we quickly revise, then what is array? Array is nothing but a collection of elements having same data type. So an array can have multiple elements, and all those elements will be having same data type. And in terms of memory, array elements are going to be the sequential one. So एक के बाद एक elements memory के अंदर रहेंगे. So a continuous allocation of memory for multiple elements of same data type, which is referred by a single name, is called array. Then we looked at types of arrays. So 1D array, 2D array, multi-dimensional array also. As per your syllabus, we need to have a look at 1D and 2D arrays. But still, I'll make you aware of multi-dimensional array also. We will not go in deep, but at least we should have idea that multi-dimensional array is also possible. Okay. So 1D array, we just looked in the previous sessions. 1D, one dimension, it only requires one index or one subscript, right, to define a size. And once we understood 1D array, we looked at how we can declare one dimensional array and how we can initialize one dimensional array. And after that, we had gone for an entire lecture for practice on one dimensional arrays, right? So that was 1D array. And today we want to have a look at two-dimensional arrays. Okay, 2D arrays. So let us go through it and let us try to understand what is two-dimensional array. So a variable which represents a list of items. So obviously a list of items means number of elements. But to represent that thing, if we require two index or a subscripts, then we can say it is a two-dimensional array. And when we talk about two-dimensional arrays, you can simply say that it is nothing but kind of a table. Okay, so one dimension is number of rows, and each row will have number of columns in it. So that is going to be the second dimension. So you can say you have rows and you have columns. Okay, that's how you can understand two-dimensional array, a tabular form. Okay, table format, we can say it's a two-dimensional array because it has number of elements now. All these are elements which can store any value that you want. Okay, now look how I'm giving the number sequence. First row, all the columns 1 2 3 4. Then fifth element is actually the second row, first column 5 6 7 8. Then ninth one is third row, first column 9 10 11 and 12. Okay, now this is how you can say that you have the number, you have the elements sequence. Now why? Because understand that always array is going to have a sequential memory allocation. So if you say that this is how you declare actually a table, that's the variable name having multiple elements of integer data type. And as long as this is a two-dimensional array, we need to have two subscripts. So the first subscript defines rows and the second subscript defines columns. Okay, row and column. So this says you are going to have two rows and each row will have three columns inside. So that's how you declare your two-dimensional array variable, which means each row is going to have 3 columns. So first 3 values are going to be of row 1, and the next 3 values are going to be your row 2, and so on. Okay, and it is going to be the sequential memory allocations. So you represent your two-dimensional array in a table format, row and column, but it is coming from first row, then fourth, fifth, and sixth element, it is coming from the second row, and so on. So remember, in your memory, all those elements will be in a sequential. If my network got disconnected, just any one student please confirm, am I audible? Yeah, thank you, Jay. Yeah, so let's continue. How do we access any element from this two-dimensional array? That's the question. So if you want to access any of the element, first you need to use the variable name. So that is table. Let's say table is the variable name. And then as long as this is a two-dimensional array, we are going to use 2 subscripts here. And those are going to be the indexes. So we can say if I, from this one, look, index will always start from 0, right? So try to understand, if this is your two-dimensional array, okay, then row numbers will start from 0, 1, and 2. Column numbers will also start from 0, 1, and 2. So if you want to refer any element inside, then find out what is the row number and what is the column number for this element. So you can say row number is 0 and column number is also 0. So these two are going to be the index values or the subscripts. So you can say table of 0, 0, table of 0, 0. So similarly, if you want to access, let's say, this element, focus here. If you want to access this element, then the row index is 2 and the column index is 1. So it is going to be something like table, then the first square bracket will have row index 2, and the second column, second square bracket will contain the column index, which is 1. So table 2, 1. That's going to be the element. Now this is how you access all those elements, right? So it is something like 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Then in the second row, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Then 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. Now if you realize, it is something like matrix that you might have. Yeah, yes, Yusuf, that's what I wanted to point out here. It is just like a matrix, which means in mathematics, if you want to work with matrix, then in a program you need to have two-dimensional array so that you can store that entire matrix in this two-dimensional array here. So now you can say that, okay, now if we want to work with matrix kind of a thing, let's say matrix A is something like 1, 0, 1, 0 1 0 1 1 1, if this is the matrix you want to store. So in your program, what you are going to do is you are going to have integer, some variable, let's say matrix A, and then you have to define two sizes, rows and columns. Now here in this matrix, what we have is we have 3 rows and 3 columns. So we say 3 by 3. Now this is how you can declare your two-dimensional array to store that matrix. So 3 is the number of rows, 3 is the number of columns here. 3 cross 3 matrix we have declared right now. So whenever we have a tabular form data, we are going to store it in two-dimensional array. And that's what the two-dimensional array is. Remember, all the elements of two-dimensional array are going to be in a sequential manner within your memory. It is not actually the table. मेमोरी के अंदर वो टेबल फॉर्मेट में नहीं होगा. मेमोरी के अंदर तो वो एक लाइन में ही रहेगा. Which means if you say that your array is starting from address 2000, so that will be the first row, first column, 0 0. 0 1 element, if it is integer, then it is going to be somewhere at 2002, then 2004. अब second row का पहला element जो है वो हो जाएगा 2006 पे. That is what the address, a sequential address you will have, 2008 and 2010 and so on. Now this is going to be the address. मतलब memory के अंदर एक line. मेमोरी में आप कभी भी रो कॉलम नहीं पाओगे. बट व्हेन यू गो एंड एक्सेस दोज एलिमेंट्स, it makes it simple to access those elements when we use these subscripts or these indexes, row column separate index. Okay, so that is what the two-dimensional array is. So let's see how we can declare. We have already seen that how we can declare two-dimensional array. So the first one is going to be the data type. Then you need to give a variable name, identifier. Okay, and after that you need to have row size and column size, two subscripts here. Now data type is going to define any data type. You can have a primitive data type also. Array itself is a derived data type. Array can be of other derived data types also, we'll see later, but right now we'll say, oh, data type can be either integer, float, character, double, whatever we want. And the sizes must be numeric constant or symbolic constant, we have discussed earlier. Hash define करके row call define कर सकते हो, then you can use that row call constant values. Otherwise you have to go for a numeric constant value written in the square bracket. So this is how we can declare a two-dimensional array. So let's take an example. What if I want to, let's say, what if I want to have two matrix and then I want to add those two matrix, for example. So what we need to do is, if we want to work with integer data only, then we go and declare those two matrix values first. So integer, let's say matrix A, and if I want to have that matrix of 2 cross 2 size, then I'll say 2 and 2. Okay, so that is my matrix declaration, two-dimensional array declaration. I can have another one also if I want, matrix B, 2 cross 2, right? Okay. Yeah, someone is asking, for character what will change? You just need to change the data type. If you want to store character in two-dimensional array, you just need to change the data type. That's it. Array is a structure. Array is not a data type. It is a derived data type. That's why we declare it something like this one. It is not inbuilt data type. Array is actually kind of a structure where you can store anything. So if you want to store characters, instead of int, you can have char. Change your data type, that's it. Okay. And let's say if I want to perform a plus b and I want to store that answer in another variable, another matrix, then we can have matrix C also, 2 cross 2. Like this one, you can declare as many number of arrays you want. अगर आपको ये सब एक लाइन में करना है, then instead of semicolon, you can have simple comma, matrix B, 2 cross 2, then matrix C, 2 cross 2, and then semicolons. In your program, you can have everything in a single line because that is just a declaration. Okay, so this is how you can declare your two-dimensional arrays. Now this is just a declaration. If I want to set some values inside those elements, then what we can do is we can refer those elements by index values, right? And I can set any value there. So this 1 is going to be assigned to the 0, 0 element of matrix A, which means first row, first column set to 1. Now similarly, you can set any element if you want, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Now these are the 4 elements going to be there in your mat A variable, and you can set it whatever you want. So this is something like I have a matrix A which has 4 elements inside, and all those 4 values are 1. Similarly, if you add if you assign 1 to the second matrix B, you can go for mat B 0, 0, mat B 0, 1, mat B 1, 0, mat B 1, 1, and that's how you can assign values. Now this is runtime initialization. Okay, this is runtime. When we execute this code, when these statements are executed, at that time 1 will be assigned. At the time of declaration, if you want to assign some values, okay, then this is how you can do it. So let us see initialization first, and then we will also see the example how we can add those two matrices and all. So we will also see those examples, but first let us see the initialization part. Vyom is asking, purple will be, no, purple is not actually the output. Purple is just the understanding part. When you write this thing, and this is how it will be represented. If you want to represent it, this is how you can represent. And that's not actually the output. Output will be something like in your memory, right? Inside your memory, you will have a continuous block which is referred by mat A label, and it is going to have 4 elements in a continuous memory location. So this is going to be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1 index. And those elements will have value 1 inside your memory. Now this is what the internal storage will be. Now output, when you define output, until and unless you print something, you do not have output. Or if you make some calculations, you do not have output. So we will see how we can make some calculations or print our matrix on the output screen. Okay, so we will see it later. Let us have a look at first how we can initialize our two-dimensional array. Yeah, so once we see initialization, then I'll tell you how we can have this output also. Even some enrollment number is asking int met a 22, but if we write like int equals to 22, then well, then there will be compile time error if you omit your variable name. Okay, if you omit your variable name label, then there will be error. If you use equals to sign in between label and size, then also there will be compile time error. Remember, now this is the syntax. Look, this one is the syntax: data type, array name, square bracket, define your size. If you do not follow this syntax, then it will have compile time error. So you have to follow this syntax. Okay, that's why we are looking at all these syntaxes, how we can declare it, how we can initialize it. So at the time of declaration, if you want to assign some values, then this is the syntax. First, data type, array name, row size, column size. So up to this point, it is equals to the normal declaration. Now, along with this declaration, if you want to assign some values, only in that case you will have equals to sign, and then in the curly bracket, list of elements. Okay. If you want to assign something, then and then only you will have equals to sign, and then into the curly bracket, list of all the values that you want to assign there. Now, as array is a sequential memory allocation, you can have a single sequence of all those elements here, regardless of the dimensions, 1D or 2D. You can initialize your array with a curly bracket and a single sequence of numbers 0 0 0 1 1 1. Now C is automatically going to decide based on the dimensions. Okay, there are 2 rows and each row will have 3 columns, so the first 3 values will be row 1, then another 3 values will be row 2, and so on. So that's how it is going to decide which value goes in which element. Okay, explicitly, if you want to define each row separately, then you can also go for separation with curly bracket. So outer curly bracket is mandatory. Okay, outer curly bracket is mandatory to define the initialization part, but within that you can separate your rows with nested curly bracket. Okay, with nested curly bracket you can separate your number of rows, and all those rows are separated by comma. Now this is much understandable part, but it is somewhat complex also, and you have to you have to go for multiple nesting of curly bracket, which will increase the complexity. So अगर अच्छे से समझना है तो nested parenthesis ले सकते हो, लेकिन अगर कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कम करनी है तो आप सिंगल कर्ली ब्रैकेट से भी इनिशियलाइज कर सकते हो. सो दिस डिपेंड्स ऑन यू. Whatever you feel comfortable, both are equal and both are correct. Okay, yeah. Now enrollment number 71 is asking what if we give int a int mat a33 and equals to curly bracket 10 10 10 12. If we give like this, instead of 9 values we give 7 values, then yeah, we are going to cover it in a next slide, so just be patient. I'll also tell you what happens if you go less number of values and if you give more number of values, but this is how we can initialize. So is this clear, everyone? Yeah, so okay, so yeah, so this is how you you initialize your 2-dimensional array. at the time of declaration. Runtime, you can assign any value. It's okay. But at the time of declaration, if you want to assign some values, then declare your variable equals to curly bracket list of elements, single sequence of list of elements. If you want more explanatory part, then you can separate each row by having nested curly brackets. Okay, now let us have a look at what are the other possible ways or possibilities. Now, as we have seen, at the time of declaration, if we assign value in 1D array, then we can omit size. If you remember, let me go back to 1D array and show you here. So this was the slide. At the time of declaration, if you initialize your elements, right, then you can omit your size. Similarly, in two-dimensional array, if you assign values at the time of declaration, then you can omit number of row or row size. So at the time of declaration, if you are assigning values here, then you can omit row size. Look, row size only. You cannot omit column size because at least one dimension is needed to define how many rows or how many columns. So based on this, it is going to define, okay, 3 values will be there in one row. Next 3 values will go for the second row. Even if you are not going for this nesting part, it will understand properly. अगर आप ये nesting नहीं करते हो, फिर भी from column size वो पता लगा लेगा कि कितनी rows होंगी. So you can omit row size here. Okay. And now comes that the point. Look, when we say 2 and 3, 2 rows and 3 columns, so 2 cross 3, there are going to be total 6 elements in this array. अगर आप 6 से ज़्यादा वैल्यू असाइन करोगे, तो जैसे 1D array में हमें मैसेज मिला था कि भाई जितने एलिमेंट हैं उससे ज़्यादा वैल्यू आप असाइन कर रहे हो, देयर विल बी अ वार्निंग ओनली. ओके, सो इफ़ यू पास इन more than the size of your array elements, तो आपको warning मिलेगा. And if you pass less number of elements, जैसे कि 2 cross 3 matrix है ये, and which means you can have total 6 elements, लेकिन initialize करने में आपने सिर्फ 3 वैल्यू दी, तो वो sequentially initialize करना स्टार्ट करेगा पहले एलिमेंट से. So first row first element will be 1, first row second element will be 1, first row third element will be 2, और बाकी जितने भी एलिमेंट्स हैं वो ऑटोमेटिकली 0 हो जाएंगे. अगर आप इनिशियलाइज नहीं करते हो पूरा एरे, तो रिमेनिंग एलिमेंट्स विल बी 0. So that's what the answer, I believe. Someone has asked earlier also, what if we give less number of elements or more number of elements? If we give less number of values, remaining elements will be 0. If we give more number of values, then there will be a warning message, your program will continue. Okay. Yeah, so that's the other ways or possibilities how we can initialize our two-dimensional array here. Now, before we look into the multi-dimensional array, let us have few examples of two-dimensional array. Fine. So how we can use this two-dimensional arrays and all. So if we go back to this one, this example, let's say we want to add 2 matrices, then it is very simple. I'm going to write entire process here, a process of, let's say, matrix addition. Okay, so initially you need to go for, let's say, int main, and you start your program. So inside that you are first going to declare your matrix. So let's say integer mat a. I'm going to have 3 cross 3 matrix here, and I will also initialize it with some values. अभी के लिए initialize करते हैं, यूजर के पास से वैल्यू कैसे लेना है, we'll see it later. So let us take an example of initializing our matrix here. So values, random values दे सकता हूँ, but remember 3 cross 3, which means there will be total 9 elements. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, total 9 elements मैंने दे दिए यहाँ पे. So I can have all those elements in a single sequence like this way. तो ये हो गया हमारा पहला example. Let us have matrix B, where I can omit row number. Okay, where I can omit my row size. It is going to define the row size based on the values I assign to that. Now from the column numbers, it knows, okay, every row will have 3 columns. तो जितनी भी values आप यहाँ पे दोगे उसको divide by 3 करके row size वो calculate कर लेगा खुद ब खुद. अगर मैं 9 values देता हूँ तो 9 divide by 3, 3 rows. अगर मैं 12 values देता हूँ divide by 3, वो row decide कर लेगा 4 rows. So if I omit row size, then it is going to calculate a number of rows based on the given list of values. So make sure if you are going to omit size, then you initialize your array perfectly. Okay, so again I'm going to give total 9 values. So I've given total 9 values here. 9 values, 3 columns, so 9 by 3, there will be 3 rows. And then I will also require another matrix C of 3 cross 3 size, so that inside that I can I can store the final answer, right? So these are the declarations. Now if you want to separate each row, then you can separate it like this way, by nesting the rows. Now that's another example of initialization. No, Yusuf, you cannot omit column number. Okay, because if you give number of rows but still you cannot define number of columns. In some places, what if you want to have something like this one, 1 1 0 2 1 1 1 0 0. अब यहाँ पे ये होगा कि if I don't want to store these values, तो फिर मैं ये भी बोल सकता हूँ कि मेरी वैल्यू का सीक्वेंस जो है वो कुछ इस तरह से है, 1 1 2 1 1 1. I have 3 rows. How many columns? I don't know. Now this can be done explicitly if you do like this way. Okay, अगर आप इस तरह से करते हो तो पता चलेगा. Okay, इस तरह से करते हो तो पता चलेगा कि फर्स्ट रो में 2 वैल्यू है, दूसरी रो में 3 वैल्यू है, तीसरी रो में 1 ही वैल्यू है, एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई इनिशियलाइज. तो बाकी के क्या हो जाएंगे, बाकी के एलिमेंट्स ऑटोमेटिकली 0 हो जाएंगे. And that's why we at least need to give column number. We can omit row number. Okay, so that's the syntax. And if any question comes to your mind, you can simply go and try it out and see what happens. कुछ भी अगर ऐसा दिमाग में आता है कि what happens if I do this, well, do not hesitate anytime. Just go type that code, try to run it, because it is not going to affect your system. It will give you either error or it will give you some output. If there is any error, try to understand that error, read that error properly and try to understand it. Okay, if it is not clear to you, you can send me that error, I'll explain. Yeah, so let's get back to this one, matrix addition. So we have matrix A, we have matrix B initialized with some values, and then we want to add those two matrices in the second one. Now, if you recall matrix addition process, किस तरह से होता है matrix addition? These are two matrices. So, and the values are something like this, 1, 1, 1. All the values are 1. That's how we have initialized this one. So when we add these two matrices, we are going to have the final answer as a matrix. But those two things, how do you have it? First element will be added to the first element of second matrix. If this is matrix A, this is matrix B, and the final answer is C. तो आप क्या करते हो? You are actually going to access matrix A first element 0 0, and you are going to access matrix B first element 0 0, and you are going to add those two values, and then you are going to store that value in the final C matrix at first place. This is how you perform that addition, correct? Which means if you go and calculate this thing, third row second column अगर आपको calculate करना है, then it is going to be something like matrix A से third row index हो जाएगा 2, second column index हो जाएगा 1, so A 2 1. You'll pick the same element from matrix B 2 1, and you are going to store that final answer in the same element of matrix C 2 1. Okay, so that's how we actually add those two matrices, right? तो अब अगर मुझे 9 elements calculate करने हैं, if I want to calculate 9 elements, then I should write 9 statements like this. That's one way. That's not wrong. It is okay. You calculate all those 9 elements one by one. So in your program, what you are going to do is, once you declare all these things and once you have all those values, what you can do is you can go for the calculation. C of 0 0 equals to A of 0 0 plus B of 0 0. That's how you can calculate your first element. Then you go for C of 0 1 equals to A of 0 1 plus B of 0 1, and so on. You can go for C of 0 2 equals to A of 0 2 plus B of 0 2. That's how you can calculate all 9 elements if you want. But look, this is hard coded and this is a tedious task to write those many calculations. Now what if you have 5 cross 5 matrix? Then there will be 25 elements, or 25 elements आप एक एक करके ऐसे लिखोगे, then it will be a tedious task. But what we are doing here, we are doing the same process repeatedly. दो वैल्यू को गेट करो, उसका एडिशन करके तीसरी जगह पे रख दो, Now you are repeating the same process every time. So we can take help of loop now, correct? We can take a help of loop. So मान लो कि आपको A से एक वैल्यू गेट करना है एंड B से भी एक वैल्यू गेट करना है. Now when you analyze these indexes, both are going to be same 0 0 0 0 या तो फिर 0 1 0 1 या तो फिर 0 2 0 2. अब ये दोनों के लिए इंडेक्स सेम है एंड द सेम इंडेक्स यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इन द C वेरिएबल आल्सो. So it is also going to be something like C of something equals to A of something plus B of something. Now this something is what is being changed. बाकी का जो हमने लिखा वो कांस्टेंट है. सारे स्टेटमेंट से C of 0 0 सॉरी C of स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट A of स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट B of स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट फिक्स है, तो वो लिख लिया. अब चेंज क्या हो रहा है, ये दोनों स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट के अंदर की वैल्यूज. एंड व्हाट आर दोज वैल्यूज एक्चुअली? इट इज नथिंग बट रो एंड कॉलम. कौन सी रो कौन सा कॉलम आप सिलेक्ट करोगे. अब अगर वन डायमेंशन है तो एक फॉर लूप से काम चल जाएगा. अगर दो डायमेंशन है तो हमें दो फॉर लूप लेनी पड़ेगी. एंड दिस इज वेयर इफ यू रिकॉल, फिर से याद करो हमने पैटर्न्स कैसे प्रिंट की थी. ओके ये 3x3 स्टार अगर हमें प्रिंट करना हो तो हमने कैसे प्रिंट किया था. फॉर दैट वी हैव रिटन फोर लूप. फोर आउटर लूप लिया 0 से लेके <3 तक. उसके अंदर हमने दूसरा फोर लूप लिया j 0 से लेके <3 तक. And inside that we have printed star, right? Now why we have gone for this two nested for loops here? Because now we can understand, okay जो बाहर वाला loop था वो मेरी number of lines define करता था. Now this is loop of I. और अंदर वाला जो loop है that was actually defining my number of columns in one line. And when I'm done with one column, हमने क्या किया था, print किया /n to create a new line there. Okay, and that's how we have achieved a proper table structure, a matrix structure in the output screen. Now same thing we are going to use here because we are working with a matrix. तो हमें इस तरह से दो loop लेनी पड़ेगी, outer loop for row, inner loop for column. So let us make use of the same syntax, same structure here. हम यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे, we are going to have outer for loop I equals to 0, I less than 3x3 matrix है तो 3, I plus plus. Now this is my outer loop which defines row. Okay, तो फिर यहाँ पे row fix कर लो. I से आपको row मिल गई. You define that I as a row index. अब दूसरी index क्या होगी? That is going to be the column index. So we are going to have another for loop here for j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, and that defines your column. So j को आप second index column index में डाल दो. So Cij equals to Aij plus Bij. Now this is going to be your code to actually add two matrices. मैट्रिक्स ए और मैट्रिक्स बी को ऐड करके फाइनल आंसर अगर आपको सी मैट्रिक्स में चाहिए तो आप ये लूप लिख सकते हो and it is going to give you the final answer C. Look, C has been calculated, we haven't printed it. C को हमने calculate किया, अभी print नहीं किया है. Alongside if you want to print it, then you can, या तो फिर अलग से दो for loop लिख सकते हो, या फिर calculate करने के बाद आप उसे प्रिंट कर सकते हो. %d Cij को हम प्रिंट करेंगे And once we are done with inner for loop, printf /n to create a new line. So इस तरह से आप उसको प्रिंट भी कर सकते हो. So आउटपुट में आपको प्रॉपर मैट्रिक्स स्ट्रक्चर में no elements, 9 elements will be printed there. Yeah, so this is the code to add two matrices and print the final answer on screen. Yeah, so let me go through a few queries now, and if you have any query in this code, you can ask. Okay, enrollment number 71 is asking, what if we give int matrix A, we omit row size, column size is 3, equals to, and if we give 10 values? Well, it is very much simple. Each row will have 3 columns that we have told. So first 3 values, first row, second 3 values, second row, third 3 values, third row. Up to that point, no problem, 9 elements. Now the 10th value will go for the 4th row, and 4th row has less number of elements given, तो बाकी के 2 element 0 हो जाएंगे. Okay, so that's your answer, 71 number. Okay, then the next query is Vyom is asking, if first row has 101, then if we write 11, then won't be misleading. Well, that's not possible, Vyom. If you go for nesting part properly, जैसे कि मैंने बताया था, I don't know where I have written that thing. आपको nested structure proper करना होगा. Okay. If you want to omit some initialization values, then you need to go for proper nesting, curly bracket. Okay, next query Yom is asking, if we have two matrices of different order, 2 cross 2 and 3 cross 3, then we cannot add these matrices, but by this method we will add. Oh yeah, look, program is just the instructions. Okay, it is going to perform those steps. Now, if we want to have some kind of constraints, then definitely we need to write those constraints first. प्रोग्राम को खुद ब खुद पता नहीं चलता कि ये होगा या नहीं होगा. प्रोग्राम के अंदर हमें सब कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा. सो व्हाट यू डू, जब जब आपको मान लो कि आपको फैकल्टी ने 2 मैट्रिक्स दे दिए और बोला कि इनको ऐड करो, तो आप क्या करते हो? ब्लाइंडली उसको ऐड करने जाते हो या आप पहले चेक करोगे? Vyom, right? You are going to check it first, and that's the thing we need to do in a program also. प्रोग्राम के अंदर भी हमें दोनों मैट्रिक्स की साइज जो है वो चेक करनी पड़ेगी पहले, बट दैट इज नथिंग बट द इफ एल्स पार्ट. रो साइज कॉलम साइज डिफाइन करके बाद में ही आप आगे बढ़ोगे. तो अगर वो मैच करती है देन गो फॉर इट, अगर वो मैच नहीं करती देन हैव सम एक्नॉलेजमेंट मैसेज एंड डोंट परफॉर्म दिस टास्क. दैट्स इट. ओके. So before this performance, you have to go and write some if else statements here. But as long as you are writing your program, you have already defined the sizes here. ठीक है? जब आपने array declare किए तभी आपने size fix कर ली है. So you are sure that आपके matrix 3 cross 3 ही है, तो without checking you can perform it. But अगर आप user से पूछते हो कि what is your matrix size, तो user जो भी size देता है उसको हमें एक variable में store करेंगे, and then we are going to compare those variables whether those are whether performing any matrix operation is possible or not at that place. So this is what the process by which you can perform any operation, or let's say at least right now addition operation on a matrix. And why matrix? Because matrix is a 2-dimensional array we want to understand. So we will stop here. But before we conclude this session, I'll give you one question, one task. What if I want to perform matrix multiplication? Okay, what if I want to perform matrix multiplication? What should be the probable code that you have to try before you come to next lecture? Okay, before you come to next lecture, you try out what should be the code to have a matrix multiplication. Now, if you want to know how matrix multiplication is done, then let me quickly revise that part. If you have matrix A, B, you want to multiply those two matrices and calculate C. Okay, then it is something like, yeah, look, prerequisite condition is what? Columns of A should be equals to rows of B. Okay, these two, if these two are equal, then and then only you can perform matrix multiplication. And why? Because we are going to perform this thing. Will give you the single element. So if this is 3 cross 3 matrix, then 0 0 0 1 0 2 element, and here you will have 0 0 1 0 2 0 element. Correct? What you are going to do is A00 multiplied with B00 plus A01 multiplied with B10 plus A02 multiply it with B20, and finally you add those calculations, which will give you the final answer C00. Okay, so this is your process. This is the matrix multiplication process. Now this single calculation, this repetitive calculation will give you one element, and for other elements you have to do the repetitive task, something like this one. And that's where you need to initialize, that's where you have to analyze how you can achieve this thing in a program. Well, in next lecture we will understand this entire process. We will also try to find out what should be the code, and then also we will see some programs. We will implement some programs. Just like one-dimensional array, we have seen programs. We are also going to see a few programs on two-dimensional array. So that's it for today. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this session here, and see you in the next one, where we will do a few more programs and practices on two-dimensional arrays. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, Vyom is asking, yes, it will need minimum 2 loops. Okay, Vyom, as long as this is two-dimensional array, it will need, definitely it will need 2 loop. After that, it depends on your logic. आपने कौन सा लॉजिक लगाया, तीसरी लूप आपको चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए. Now the perfect way for going for this will require third loop. So matrix multiplication will require 3 loops. There are other possible ways by which you can go for matrix multiplication with 2 loops only, and so on. Right now for you, we will have a look at 3 loop solution. Yeah, Nirmal has suggested one possible way, but I am not going to disclose that thing, Nirmal, right now. Let others try, and in next lecture we will see the possible solution here. Thank you everyone. I'm going to end this meeting for now.